Hey everyone, it's me Tim, and today I'm going to talk about 5 more ways to save money on your next motorcycle trip. The first tip is to take advantage of free attractions and activities. Things like scenic overlooks, parks, town parks, city parks, hiking trails, viewpoints like I said. There's so many things that you can do that don't cost money, especially like scenic overlooks. Like it's a great place to spend a little bit of time, take a break, have a snack and a drink, and it doesn't cost you anything, and you get to enjoy this beautiful view, and it gives you a little break from being on the bike, and it doesn't cost any money. Hiking trails are another great way to save some money and enjoy your trip even more than you would have otherwise. It can be hard sometimes to leave your bike with all your stuff on it. You can be a little uneasy about that. I've done it a bunch of times and I've never had anything stolen from my bike. Knock wood, hopefully I never do. But if I'm just leaving on like a 10-15 minute walk, it's really not a big deal to leave your stuff. And it's a nice way to get a little more immersed in your environment and kind of take in the nature and the scenery and get a little exercise off the bike, and it doesn't cost you anything. Tip number 2 is to avoid toll roads, which you should probably be doing anyway if you can. Me personally, I hate getting on the highway. I avoid it at all costs. I've gone back and forth across the country and never touched a highway. They're just not necessary when you're on a motorcycle. It's loud, it's risky, there's just a lot going on, it's not relaxing, it's not scenic at all. It's just not ideal for being on a motorcycle. I get it. Sometimes we're in a rush to get to a certain destination, or we want to get to where we're going, to where we're going to enjoy the riding. Say you want to get to the Black Hills of South Dakota. You might not want to take the back roads to get to there from wherever you're coming from because it's not that exciting. Maybe in that situation, jump on the highway. But typically, I avoid the highway at all costs. And avoiding toll roads is a huge way to save some money, especially if you're traveling out east. There's a lot of toll roads out there. If you're using Google Maps to do your navigating, just check the box that says avoid tolls. I check the box that says avoid highways as well. It just saves you some money, and it's less stressful than being on a highway or a super freeway or any of that stuff. Some tolls are unavoidable. Sometimes we have to go over bridges or through tunnels, and there's a toll and we don't have any options to go around that. But if you can avoid toll roads, it's definitely going to save you some money. And the next tip is to use credit card rewards points to save money on your trip or really save money on your next trip. If you use a credit card that you get points for gas or hotels, and you rack up all those points, you can use those now to either put towards your credit card bill, which I've done in the past, or you can use it on your next motorcycle trip. Use rewards like plane tickets, hotels, things of that nature. It's a nice way to kind of get like some free money, and you're spending the money anyway. You might as well be getting points for it and earning money cash back for it. So if you have a credit card that has points, definitely use that while you're traveling and use those bonus points to save money on your next trip or your current trip. The next tip is to shop at local grocery stores, or one of my favorite places to go food shopping is actually Dollar General. It saves a lot of money when you compare it to going to convenience stores, which obviously we're probably spending a lot of time at convenience stores because gas stations and all that, but it's not necessary to buy your food there. It's just so much more expensive. You can save a lot of money by going to a local grocery store. You can get fresh produce. You can get just cheaper items, and if you go to like a Family Dollar, you can save even more money. I've definitely bought myself dinner at Dollar General many times. It's one of my favorite places to stop. It's super reasonable price-wise. They have a pretty good selection of food. It's obviously not the most healthy stuff, but on shorter trips, it's really not the end of the world, or just once in a while to kind of cheap out on dinner around camp. You can get ramen noodles there, you can get beef stew, Vienna sausages, so many things you could get there. Macaroni and cheese, just a ton of stuff at Dollar General, and obviously a lot more at the supermarket. Supermarket's definitely going to be a healthier choice, but still a way to save you some money. Tip number 5 is to set a daily budget for yourself. When you're sitting down to plan your trip and you kind of figure out how much money you have, take how many days you're going to be gone, divide the money you have by that, and figure out how much money you can spend every day, and try to stick to that budget. This is going to just, if you get in that mindset of, okay, I only have $30 for the day, do I really need this extra cup of coffee, or can I maybe skip that and spend the money on lunch, or maybe instead of having lunch, maybe I can have a granola bar today and I'll spend the money on dinner. It just gets you in the mindset of saving money and being conscious of where your money is going. And the bonus tip is to opt for budget-friendly motels, hostels, things of that nature, as opposed to luxury hotels. This is personal. I mean, some people, when they travel, they want to experience that luxury and they have the money to do that, and that's awesome. I do that once in a while on trips because you kind of have to splurge once in a while and make yourself comfortable. After all, we're out here doing this stuff for fun. But if you're trying to save some money, you can definitely save money staying at a cheaper motel like a Motel 6 or a Super 8 or one of those, Red Roof Inn, as opposed to like the Hilton or the Marriott or some of the more expensive, the Ritz-Carlton, for example. Stay away from those and stick to the cheaper ones. I've definitely found reasonable hotels, motels for $50 to $80 and maybe a little bit more than that, but definitely less than what a luxury hotel would cost you. I haven't seen too many hostels in the United States. I've found a couple of them and I've stayed at them. It definitely saves money. But for me personally, I wasn't crazy about staying in hostels because of the community space, and I have so much of my gear that has to come off the bike and go in the room with me, and it just I wasn't really comfortable having all my gear, sitting there and open to everybody that's coming and going. So that's kind of it. Those are my 5-6 tips for how to save money on your next motorcycle adventure. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with these or if you disagree. Or maybe if you have some tips that you think I missed, I'd love to hear them, and I'm always looking to save money on my next motorcycle trip, and I love learning from you guys. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ride safe.